Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a replay from the Great China Cup. Apparently Th000 spawning as the purple undead player here. Meanwhile, over here we see this is actually Yumiko spawning as the gray human player. So this is going to be Yumiko versus Th000 here on, I believe, Ancient Isle. Now, Ancient Isle, one of those maps, only 2 spawning locations, and yep, they did make sure to brand the map. Alright, one of the most annoying things that you can do in WarCraft 3 is just brand the map and say, this is, you have to download this map with all of these advertisements on it just to watch the game. And yeah, not the best out there, but then again, Blizzard fixed everything with Battle.net 2.0, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the game here. This is going to be a human versus undead. You guys may be wondering why Th000 actually decided to choose undead instead of his normal human race. He doesn't like the human versus human mirror matchup. So because of that, he doesn't really play that all that often. And apparently, I Like Yumiko is also playing this. And oh, this was also streamed as well. Maybe one day I'll be able to start streaming some WarCraft 3 games. Hey, tournament director guys out there, if you guys ever watch this, let me know. You guys can contact me on my email, crota@sclegacy. I do cast a lot of games. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look into the game. It is going to be a Mountain King versus most likely a Death Knight. Death Knight has, or is already being trained. It looks like it will be an early Death Knight, some early ghouls, and then perhaps a transition into Queens based upon this one graveyard here. Now, human versus undead. One of those matchups where hero nuking is a very, very definite possibility, as hero nuking so strong. We now see militia now making their way down, and it looks like the Mountain King will be trying to do a bit of creeping with some militia. This is going to be a 5-3-3 creep camp. It will not give him level 2 unless the Acolyte gets taken down as well. We see that there is an Acolyte off over here. Oh, there is a Stormbolt on the Acolyte. The Acolyte will get taken down. That should give enough experience for that Mountain King to get to level 2. As the Ogre Magi quickly falls. Circuit of Nobility has been dropped. It has not been picked up as of yet. That Mountain King just rather going to town on everything and now trying to take down the Troll Trapper. Manual of Health most likely will be picked up. There we go. As we are now going into a Death Knight running across the center. It does have a Rod of Necromancy, and the Rod of Necromancy has been utilized already once. So those Skeletal Minions, or Skeletal Warriors, actually a little bit stronger in terms of damage than a Footman. 14 to 15 damage versus 12 to 13. There's a Death Coil as one peasant unfortunately gets shot in the back, and now, oh, another peasant gets shot in the back, and we may even have a third one shot in the back here. Skeletal Minions are trying to make their way inside. Is it going to be enough? This one Skeletal, or this one Militia running circles around the entire map, and it looks like that Militia down to 7 hit points. It does get taken down there. So the Death Knight now a very, very comfortable position, getting closer to level 2. But now we see Footman and now a Mountain King trying to come in and perhaps trying to intercept this ghoul. This ghoul may get surrounded, is going to be forced to run around back the other way. Oh, a Death Coil. Beautiful Death Coil, but not in time. So I guess you cannot have a beautiful Death Coil if it didn't actually save the unit, as the Mountain King and the Footman are once again running away. Mountain King deciding to back off. Circuit of Nobility, a little bit of damage dealt there. And more importantly, forcing the training of more ghouls, as ghoul production is needed in order to harvest lumber. But at the same time, he really wants to perhaps try to transition into Queens now, if possible. So far, Yumiko is still staying to just massive his undead army, and that is it. Perhaps trying to tech to tier 2 and come out with tier 2 units to battle all of these footmen. Obsidian statues very strong. Also the Lich very strong for that hero nuking, slowing down units as well. Mountain King going to be trying to battle it up. And I'm curious as to what the second hero will be from Yumiko. Yumiko could try to go for that mana battery strategy, where you go for a Blood Mage. Blood Mage siphons mana from the Death Knight, and the Lich gives it to that Mountain King. And then you couple that with Banish and also Holy Light. And that is a hero nuking combination that is just out of the nightmares of, or I guess pleasant dreams of the undead. I guess all undead dreams are nightmares, so I guess they're scared of pleasant dreams, like, ooh, you know, unicorns and Care Bears. All right, yes, playing a little bit of Diablo. I will post that up a little bit later as well. Mountain King now coming in. We are going to be a 3-3-3 or 3-3-1 creep camp here, as the Mountain King gonna get a little bit slowed. Has to be careful. The Death Knight now looking to perhaps do a little bit of creeping, as he is going to be behind on experience if he does not start creeping. We are already at tier 2 going for that slaughterhouse. Altar of Darkness has 5, or you can see that there's 5 supply or food ready to go in order to try and train up that Lich in just a moment. No Brute will get taken down. The Mountain King getting comfortably to level 3, and that is going to be, or getting comfortably close to level 3, as now we are going into additional farms, and perhaps we will be going into that Blood Mage as I mentioned earlier. Dust of Appearance in order to counteract the fact that those fiends can burrow. Burrowed Crypt Fiends, one of the most annoying things, as they take a lot of damage, and they are also very, very difficult to take out if they are burrowed, as they regenerate a fair amount of hit points. We are going to see a Troll Warlord quickly going to get focused down here. Health Stone now picked up by the Mountain King. A very, very nice item. You can use it like a health pot. It also regenerates like a Ring of Regeneration. So very, very nice, as that Mountain King already sitting at level 3 could get very, very close to level 4. Unfortunately for that Mountain King, level 4 doesn't give him nearly as much as level 5 does. The Archmage tends to scale a little bit better, as level 2 Brilliance Aura helps out better than, say, level 2 Bash. If you try to use level 2 Clap, you will find that that Mountain King doesn't have the necessary mana, as the Death Knight now comes in with a mana of a Mana Stone. So a Mana Stone versus a Health Stone, who will come out on top? Mountain King quickly tries to come in here. It does have a Staff of Teleportation. All the ghoul, or all the acolytes, already backing away. Beautifully played. Good map presence or map awareness by Th000 in order to just retreat with all of those units, as now the Death Knight, oh, there's a Stormbolt. This is not going to be good. The Death Knight trying to battle up, and now level 3 on the Death Knight. The Death Knight now on Blight, though, and Blight should be able to regenerate a lot of hit points because it is on Blight, and in the fact that it has Unholy Aura and also has a Potion of Healing. That one Death Knight pretty much doesn't have a problem. Now, taking a look so far, we are only seeing one Mountain King, and one Mountain King only. No additional heroes at all. So Yumiko going with a solo Mountain King strategy, something that I do not normally see. And are we going to be going into a Lich? Yes, we are getting into that Lich already. We are going into Halls of the Dead. No Black Citadel as of yet. Without a Black Citadel, we are not going to have that Orb of Corruption, which is also very, very useful, as the Mountain King still wanders around here. Now, one of the things I always wondered is, if you took down these trees, could you actually utilize this high ground position here and actually take a look on both sides? That'd be a pretty interesting strategy. All right, Mountain King now making its way off. It looks like the Death Knight going to be sitting at level 3, picks up some more items. It does have a Rod of Necromancy. One more charge, should be utilizing that very, very quickly. But what is this? A Goblin Zeppelin micro coming in from Yumiko. And Goblin Zeppelin micro is one of those things that just absolutely harasses acolytes to no end. Here we go. Yumiko now coming in with this one drop. Drops not very, very common, and now in comes the Footman. The Footman now coming in, and oh, a Staff of Teleportation to get in as well. We could see, yes, there's a Stormbolt taking down one of the acolytes. A nice pickup by the Zeppelin pilot in order to save a Footman, and now trying to go after this Haunted Gold Mine. The Haunted Gold Mine, another ghoul will get taken down, as ghouls are just falling here. Beautiful play by Yumiko, something that I don't normally see from Yumiko. A little bit of a different strategy, as now the Footmen are trying to perhaps take down this Haunted Gold Mine. The Haunted Gold Mine has taken a lot of damage so far. Here we go. Where is this Mountain King going to go? The Mountain King is in a bit of trouble. Oh, gets off a Stormbolt just in time, right as it gets picked up. That was some beautiful, beautiful play by Yumiko in order to just harass Th000. Th000 now currently in trouble, needs to retrain up 2 more acolytes. Getting up another Necropolis. All right, I'm not exactly sure why he's setting up another Necropolis here. It is a building that supplies food that doesn't cost any lumber, so that could be the reason, but I couldn't imagine that to be the case. Oh, Gargoyle now going after the Goblin Zeppelin. This could be a huge, huge problem. That Zeppelin is in trouble. Down it goes. Scroll of Town Portal. All of those units. Oh, only 2 of them able to retreat. And Th000 with a brilliant play of his own. And wow, this is going to be huge. What is going on? Alright, so Yumiko, after some brilliant harassment, gets counter-harassed. That Zeppelin got shot down. Great foresight by Th000 in order to train up one gargoyle. That gargoyle did a lot of damage to that Goblin Zeppelin. You saw Yumiko, he tried to drop his Mountain King, then he tried to scroll a town portal in order to save, but all the units are still rather dizzy. Alright, Mountain King still wandering around. Oh, decided, is he going to pick up the Tome of Strength? Yes, thank you. I'm not quite sure why, but a lot of players sometimes just leave those Tomes of Strength. Lich now sitting at level 2, getting Death Coiled, healed back up. It is going to be comfortably sitting at level 3 in just a moment. Frost Nova, a very, very effective spell for that Lich, especially when he has a lot of mana like that. 375 mana sitting at level 2 with a replenishment potion as well. Alright, Mountain King and Death Knight are battling it up. This is not going to be a good fight for Yumiko whatsoever, though. Now chasing, as we now see a Staff of Teleportation come in. Some damage will be absorbed, not very much going on anywhere, as the Null Warden will quickly get taken down by the Crypt Fiends. I believe the Null Overseer could deal a lot of damage as well. The Crypt Fiends deciding to back away, letting the Lich tank that damage. Makes a little bit more sense just because the Crypt Fiends take additional damage from normal attacks anyways. Alright, oh, Mountain King Spellbreakers. This could be a bad fight. Here in comes a Creep Jack. There's a Frost Nova. There's a Death Coil. And wow, 3 quick Footman kills by Th000. So 3 quick kills by Th000, and that is a huge hit, losing more than about 15% of, or perhaps even 20% of his army there. If you try to calculate that all, that was a huge hit, as now Yumiko has to be careful. Yumiko battling up against all of these Crypt Fiends. The Crypt Fiends are upgraded 1-0. There is a Stormbolt up on that Crypt Fiend. The Crypt Fiend does get a Death Coil. Is he going to try to burrow is the question. And it looks like he is just going to Frost Armor and sit there and say, you know what, you can attack me all you want. I'm just going to make you slow and then have a Frost Nova hit you so you just want to retreat. So a little bit of a fair trade there, dealing a lot of damage, as now that Crypt Fiend... Oh, wait, what are we going to have? Are we going to have the Gargoyle taking down one of the peasants? The peasant is going to get taken down. Yes, there is one peasant already. Now going after even more units. And the Gargoyle, this one Gargoyle has been playing a really interesting game, as Th000 now comes over. It looks as though this Gargoyle down to 20, or this peasant down to 29 hit points. One more shot should do it. Yes, another peasant getting taken down there. Death Knight sitting at level 4. Lich now sitting at level 3. Orb of Corruption is ready. Ring of Protection +2. Additional armor, if just a little. And now I believe the Spellbreakers could easily just try and feed back this Null Warden. We are going to see all of the Spellbreakers now make their way down over here. The problem is going to be that nothing can really attack the Red Drake whatsoever. Gargoyle still wandering around, causing a little bit of issues. Now, as we see a reveal... Yes, there is a reveal off of this one Arcane Tower. Arcane Towers do have the ability to cast that reveal. It is on cooldown, as we now see the Gargoyle still wandering in the air, attempting to keep track of Yumiko's army. Alright, Obsidian Statue, here comes the Lich, and oh, in comes the rest of the Spellbreaker army. The Spellbreakers, are they going to catch this? As the Footman, or no Footman at all, just massive Spellbreaker army. 13 to 15 damage per attack, and magic immune, going up against an army that doesn't have any abominations. So if this is a bad engagement, Yumiko could get back into this. In comes a militia, but the militia quickly have to turn around as they take a little bit too much damage. Now Gargoyle still trying to chase, and here we go. There is one abomination. Is the abomination going to be enough? There is a Stormbolt onto one of those Crypt Fiends. Crypt Fiend taking a lot of damage. There's a Death Coil trying to keep it alive, as the militia are still trying to charge in. The militia dealing a lot of damage. One Obsidian Statue down to 13 hit points. It gets taken down by Spellbreakers, who focus fired those Obsidian Statues, which is a very smart call. Those Obsidian Statues, once they are out of mana, pretty much absolutely useless. And now also, because of the Spellbreakers are just attacking those Obsidian Statues, there is going to be a bit of feedback damage as well. Abomination absorbing a little bit of damage. Staff of Teleportation, some padding coming in from Th000's Abomination. But it looks as though, yes, the Mountain King will be able to retreat and return back to his army, I believe. No, he returned all the way back home, as that Mountain King sitting at level 4 now needs to use up a healing scroll, healing up the rest of these Spellbreakers, but perhaps should be hoping for a new hero as well. All right, Death Knight now coming in. Crypt Fiends coming over as well. This is looking good for Th000. Th000 is getting a very nice creep lead. Meanwhile, Claire, or how should I say it? I believe it is the Yumiko. Yumiko could be coming in here, and now we are going into double Griffin Aviaries. All right, a little bit of an interesting strategy. Perhaps Yumiko thinking that there's going to be a lot more abominations, because abominations are the only thing that can really stop this spell break, or stop all of those Crypt Fiends. Wait, hold on. Okay, so going into air for either Griffins or Dragonhawks. If they are Griffins, it is to counter the abominations, as the abominations are the only thing that really counter spellbreakers. All right, a little bit of a logic issue there, but I have figured it out, and now it looks like the Mountain King wants to get to level 6 if at all possible. Where is that Mountain King? Mountain King is nowhere to be had. Nowhere to be had so far. Even an invisible Mountain King for some reason not showing up. There we go. Mountain King sitting at level 4, getting close to level 5. And now where is this Mountain King gonna go? Sitting at 88, 89, 92 mana. He does have a disease cloud on him, making him heal relatively slowly, but at the same time, at least a disease cloud does not stop a clarity potion from happening. Mountain King now walking all the way down over here. Level 6 Mountain King, Avatar of Vengeance, very strong. And especially with that level 3 Stormbolt. Level 3 Stormbolt. Mountain King now looking to come in. How much damage can he do? It looks like he's going to be going in after a Ghoul. A Ghoul taking a little bit of damage now. That Ghoul down to 40 hit points. There it goes. Mountain King now sitting at level 5. That was a huge hit. And now the Mountain King will be able to simply back away. It is going to be 2 heroes to 1 though. And Th000 is not that far behind. In fact, he isn't behind at all. And now we are also going to see a Dreadlord. All right, Dreadlord, perhaps asleep, will be the... Nope, it is going to become Vampiric Aura. So Vampiric Aura, the first skill. And that is not something I would have expected at all, especially when there are only 2 abominations or 3 abominations in this army. Here we go. Spellbreakers are coming in. Blood Mage now coming in as well. Are we going to have that engagement is the question. Keep on thinking that Abomination is going to be doing a hook. Unable to do any of that, as the Spellbreakers are going to be up front to try to fight back and perhaps take down these Obsidian statues and eventually those Crypt Fiends. Abominations will be a little bit more difficult to take down since they do have more hit points and also deal normal damage, which is very effective against the normal armor of the Spellbreakers. All right, units still wandering around. Th000 just happily setting up his expansion. We are now going into a Paladin. All right, so it is going to be Mountain King Blood Mage Paladin versus Death Knight Lich Dreadlord. So Tri-Hero versus Tri-Hero Love. Mountain King picking up another Tome of Strength. Not exactly sure where those Tomes of Strength are coming from. They're just being left behind, it appears. As we are now going into another base being established by Th000. So Th000 now setting up a Tomb of Relics and also getting up a Ziggurat. We also see the Abomination now making his way off to the north. Not going to really spot anything at all. Blood Mage, I'll see if he has Banish or perhaps Siphon Mana or perhaps Flame Strike as his first ability. I would assume either Banish or Siphon Mana, as the Mountain King now simply just tries to charge in. Will he be able to really get anywhere? Is the question. Stormbolt from the Mountain King. The Mountain King can Stormbolt and destroy any Ghoul in one shot. So the Mountain King just getting in some easy shots here to try to take down multiple Acolytes. Acolytes are being retrained in order to keep up with the gold production, but we are now down to 2,100 gold at this base. Meanwhile, we are at 1,300 gold at this base. 2 minutes versus 1 minute, or 2 minutes versus 3 minutes in terms of overall mining time before a new base needs to be established. Th000 now wandering off over here. Blood Mage still sitting at level 1. Mountain King sitting at level 5. Level 3 Stormbolt should be able to finish off most of these lower hit point units. Anything with 350 or lower will pretty much be destroyed. Now, what's going on over here? Paladin wandering around. He is far away from home. This is not going to be a good fight for him. If he tries to run back, it could be a very, very sad fight here. Are we going to get a sleep? Perhaps. No. Arcane tower. There's a Staff of Sanctuary to save that Paladin and get him back home. There you go. It is going to be now saved back up as we are looking to the Dreadlords. And now an Obsidian statue is up in the air in Destroyer form. All right. Spellbreaker still trying to engage. This is not looking good. Spellbreakers have -5 armor. Here we go. There's the reveal. And now how much damage can be done? A nice Stormbolt banish in order to take down a Crypt Fiend. And I guess if you can rinse and repeat this perhaps 5 or 6 times to take down all of the Crypt Fiends, Yumiko could fend this off. So this is not looking good. There you go. There is a bolt after a banish. And that is just a nice 1-2 hit if I ever saw one. Bolt, and then as the bolt is traveling towards banish, it gets taken down very, very quickly. And we are seeing some Spellbreakers off over here, ready to try to engage against the Obsidian statue or some of the heroes. Spellbreakers now going after that one Obsidian statue. The Obsidian statue taking a lot of damage. We are going to have now a Spellbreaker come out. Mountain King could come out to engage, and it looks like both sides are in retreat once more. Level 3 Ogre Warlords all over the place, as we now see one Gargoyle hanging on and making sure that there is no expansion here on the bottom left. Spellbreakers now looking ready to dance. Are they ready to dance here and move inside and engage? Blood Mage now giving some mana or giving some clarity potions to that Mountain King. Mountain King wants to make sure that he has enough for at least 3 Stormbolts, if not more. And now it looks like he is going to be coming in. Nope, decides against it again. And once again backs off. All right, Spellbreakers now looking to push in here. It is 2 bases to 1. Th000 is in a very good situation right now. There's a lot of disease cloud. There is a lot of abominations. It looks as though, yes, Griffins are now being trained by Yumiko, but will they be coming a little bit too little too late is the question. All right, Spellbreaker's looking to come in here and almost got a round of attack off. Now looking to back off again. Here we go. In comes the Griffins, and with Griffins, this is going to be a completely different fight. Griffins perhaps going to be able to take down. Nope, not able to take down this one Dreadlord. Both sides taking a lot of damage so far, as I believe, yes, we are going to have one dead Abomination. And now there's a Scroll Town portal to make sure, yes, Yumiko does not want to stick around in that fight for very long. The Griffins, with their additional damage to heavy armor, really eating through all of those abominations. All right, 5 Griffins in the air. Mountain King now on the ground. We are about 30 mana shy from max mana on that Mountain King. Taking a look at Th000. Th000 is at 1075, nowhere near max mana, but he does have a mana stone, so that should definitely help him out. So far, this is very, very even, and now I'm not 100% sure if Yumiko even knows about this expansion. I believe he does now because of the blight touching the trees, and now all the Acolyte needs to do is simply just come in here, engage, and attack. We are going to see one Gargoyle in this corner getting out some free hits. Meanwhile, down over here, Acolytes are now running for their lives. Acolytes taking a lot of damage, but now we are going into Destroyers as well. We also see one Dreadlord down on the low ground. The Destroyers do not have to worry about very much since they are magic immune, meaning that they will not take that much damage. One Abomination quickly going to get taken down as we are now seeing this fight unfold still. Another Griffin could try to focus down the last one particular Abomination here. Again, it looks like the creep is starting to spread. More damage is being dealt. Another Abomination getting taken down. And so far, somehow, Yumiko has been... Yumiko has just been playing very, very well with a smaller army. Spellbreakers now just continuing to force their way up. This one low hit point Spellbreaker really benefiting. As now we see the one particular Mountain King getting off a bolt in the back in order to take down the Abomination. All right. Oh, and there's the GG. All right, so an anticlimactic GG here on Ancient Isle. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for game 2.